Good morning. So after 4 modules, let us learn the last module, consolidation of soils. In the second module, while understanding compaction, we have compared compaction and consolidation elaborately and concluded that the sole objective of both compaction and consolidation is to ensure the density of soil, in turn increase in the engineering properties of soil. And also it was discussed that removal of air voids in case of coarse grained soil, medium soil and fairly coarse fine soil easier than removing of water voids in fine grained soil. And also various concept to be understood from the first chapter. There itself in while discussing about water content. The amount of water present in the soil depends upon type of soil. Based on the water content also, particularly natural moisture content and natural water content, also we can classify soil as a coarse grained soil and fine grained soil. As particles are more in case of fine grained soil, and hence void ratios are more, and also the water holding capacity of soil is more in case of fine grained soil than coarse grained soil. Then we extended our discussion, and again in clay mineralogy we discussed elaborately the major factors influencing in absorbing water or water withholding water, mainly in case of dispersed structures, in flocculent structure, also in the principal clay minerals, namely such as kyanite, montmorillonite and illite. So after all these things, it is necessitated that it is not so easy to remove the water from the voids. Unless we remove the water from the voids, we cannot obtain the true stress. True stress means it is an effective stress. That also we discussed. Particularly in saturated system, the load coming on the soil will be resisted by both water and soil, and that is not the true one. In order to obtain true stress or effective stress, first you have to determine or to find out the total stress and pore water pressure. Later you can find out the effective stress. Knowing the importance of effective stress, and also this effective stress govern the shear strength of soil. There again I will discuss that it is the effective shear parameters. If the soil is purely a dry soil, slightly partially saturated soil is no problem, but in case of saturated soil, particularly in fine grained soil, effective stress governs the shear strength of the soil. So having understood all those things, and it is a known fact that it is not possible to remove water from fine grained soil instantaneously or quickly. So it requires suitable time or its own time, that depends upon the type of soil. Now let us come to this the main topic of this consolidation of soil. We know that compaction is the removal of air voids and consolidation is the removal of water voids. Once we remove the air voids, there is densification of soil. As a result, we can achieve the particle to particle contact. In the same way, in consolidation also, once we remove the water void or water from the soil, and we are aiming or attempting to bring particles with close with each other, the net result again it is increase in the density of the soil. As it is not possible to remove water voids easily, then it requires another process called as a time dependent process. So let us understand the title of the module. It is consolidation of soil. Consolidation is nothing but removal of water voids or water from the saturated soil. So Terzaghi and all identified the process of consolidation in 3 stages. The various stages of consolidation. Again, before that stage, whenever a soil layer subjected to vertical stress, there is a reduction in volume of soil mass. The reduction in volume of soil mass is due to reduction in voids, and there is no change in volume of soil particles. Means soil particles, volume of soil particle remains same. Change in volume upon application of vertical stress is due to change in volume of voids. Change in volume of voids is nothing but change in volume of water present in the voids. This change in volume or reduction in volume of water in saturated soil depends upon the permeability of soil. Next, the removal of water from soil, fine grained soil particularly, takes time. Hence, in consolidation, it is required to know what is to be done. Then, after knowing what is to be done, it is required to determine the magnitude of change in volume with a elapse of time. Means we need to find out the magnitude of change in volume and time taken or time required the change in volume to take place. This depends on the thickness of the soil layer, the permeability of soil and the compressibility of soil. Compressibility of soil is nothing but the capability of soil to undergo change in volume. The capability of soil to undergo change in volume is known as a compressibility. Now, various consolidation stages are conveniently categorized into 3 stages. So, consolidation is the removal of water voids, then compression or compressibility, the name itself indicates compression, compressibility. Compression means the capability of soil to undergo change in volume, means compression it will take place in the vertical direction upon application of load or stresses. The process of undergoing change in volume of soil is known as compressibility. Next, as a result of this compressibility, first removal of water voids, result of removal of water voids is soil gets compressed, and finally as a result there is vertical movement of soil. that vertical movement of soil is known as settlement of soil. Compressibility of soil again depends upon type of soil. Coarser the soil, lesser the compressibility. Finer the soil, more the compressibility. Very fine soil, particularly clay soils, are more affinity towards change in volume. Change in volume means with the presence of water, there is increase in volume of soil. With removal or decrease in water, there is a decrease in the volume. This peculiar behavior of soil is highly undesirable as a construction material or as a the foundation material. The various stages of the settlement, components of settlements are the immediate or elastic settlement, the primary consolidation or primary settlement. Next, it is secondary consolidation or secondary settlement. Immediate settlement or elastic settlement, as the name itself implies that it is the settlement take place immediately after the application of load. This immediate settlement is due to change in shape of particles at constant volume. In case of impervious soil, the movement of water takes place very slowly, and in case of pervious soil, movement of water takes place very easily. This course of immediate settlement or elastic settlement takes place even at the commencement of the construction activity. When we start constructing the structure, during construction activity, initial stage of construction activity itself, this settlement take place, and the immediate settlement can be obtained by using the elastic properties of soil, namely the Young's modulus of elasticity and the Poisson's ratio. Hence, it is also called as elastic settlement. Next, primary consolidation or primary consolidation settlement. So here, this settlement take place due to flow of water from saturated soil. This depends on again the permeability of soil. The process start at the time or from the time when water starts moving from the soil upon application of load till the cease of water from voids, movement of water ceases from the voids. It is the process starts from when water start moving from the voids upon application of load, and when flowing water ceases. So that time duration is known as the primary consolidation, and it is a time dependent again. It is a major component of settlement. Primary consolidation is a major component of settlement, and you can see here, upon application of load on saturated soil, clay soil. So with the passage of time, see here, settlement take place with the initial stages, there is enormous settlement, and with the passage of time that curve flattens. This indicates a consolidation process. It is a time dependent phenomena. As it is possible to achieve this primary consolidation settlement in few days, in few months, for majority of the civil engineers, in majority of the cases, we rely on primary consolidation. So we can wait for weeks and we can wait for months, then we can decide the settlement of the soil. So consolidation process takes place like this. At zero interval of time, means before application of the load, then so when we apply load in the beginning, delta sigma is equal to delta U. Delta sigma is equal to delta U means this is a pore water pressure, built up pore water pressure upon the application of load, and effective stress is 0. Means entire load is borne by both soil and water. After elapse of time, say T1, so the applied load leads to removal of water to some extent, and that is equal to effective stress and pore water pressure. Again it is a partial system. So some area in the curve. Next, at the end of the consolidation, that means T is equal to infinity, that depends upon the type of soil. Delta sigma is equal to delta sigma bar. Then applied load is equal to applied stress is equal to effective stress, wherein so almost pore water pressure will be 0. So this shows that it is again a time dependent phenomena. The third stage of settlement here, it is secondary consolidation settlement. Again, as the name itself indicate that secondary, it takes time. It's also called as secondary compression or creep of soil, that we generally understand in the concrete. Concrete, upon application of a constant load with the passage of time, the induced strain is known as the creep. The same is applicable here also for soil. Here, secondary consolidation take place due to rearrangement of particles at constant effective stress. You can see here the time versus effective stress relation states that, so primary consolidation take its own time. Again, this is a time dependent phenomena. To achieve secondary consolidation, it requires very long time. Means the rate of secondary consolidation is very slow. It takes so much of times, sometimes years together, months together, years together. In very fine grained soils, the rate of secondary consolidation is comparable with the lifespan of the structure. Generally, unless specified for all practical purposes, we take the secondary consolidation as 100 years. This is about the components of settlement. Thus, immediate settlement, immediately settlement takes place. Primary, it takes time dependent phenomenon. Secondary consolidation, it will take very long time. We are interested with the primary consolidation, hence it is a major component of settlement, because so lifespan of the structure, we cannot wait the secondary consolidation to take place for 100 years. So we need immediate the results, say by waiting about some days, weeks and months, then we can decide the construction activity, start the construction activity, complete. Hence, for all practical purpose, we consider the immediate and or the primary consolidation for all the design activities. In order to understand this, the consolidation of soil, Terzaghi, the father of soil mechanics, proposed a spring mass analogy. Based on this Terzaghi spring mass analogy, we can easily understand the consolidation process. You can see here there are 4 vessels here, and vessels are fitted with the rubber stopper, and there is a bowl here for the movement. Here you can see the arrow end here, it is closed one, and here it is again closed. This is also opening, this is also opening, and this is also opening. And to the side of the vessel there is a glass tube or piezometer. This is to measure the water head. Terzaghi correlated the spring mass compression process with consolidation of saturated clay subjected to external load. So this the process he has compared with the correlated to the consolidated soil, consolidation of soil upon application of external load. The spring and surrounding water represents the saturated soil. Here the spring represents the soil particles, and the water represents the water in the voids. Spring represents the soil, and water represents the water in the voids. So it can be understood in 4 stages. As it is in the field, this vessel with stopper, spring, and this water represents saturated soil in its natural condition. Saturated soil in natural condition filled with voids. All voids are filled with water, and there is no the provision for the movement of water. It is closed. Next, the second figure states that on the same soil, on the natural saturated soil, if we apply a load of delta sigma, the applied load, as a result of this applied load, there is a building up of pore water pressure in the saturated soil system, and that builded pore water pressure can be seen here with a rise of head H above the water level. Next, soon after the opening of this wall, water starts moving out of the vessel, indicate that there is the shortening of the spring. Shortening of the spring implies that it is a compression of soil with the removal of water or with the flow of water. And also we can see here this the rise in head, see here the rise in head. So compared to this previous case, here it is the head is smaller because it is the valve is opened. Valve is opened means permitted drainage. Drainage is permitted for the movement of water. So this figure indicates it is the consolidation process started. Consolidation process started, and if it continues for some more time, it is the primary consolidation will be over. Primary settlement will be over. Next, further continuation of this load with the elapse of time, there is complete removal of water from the vessel. Complete removal of water from the vessel. The entire external load is taken by spring alone. You You can see the empty vessel. Empty vessel means almost voids are emptied. This gap is only, it is a microscopic gap. Soil to soil particle contact is achieved. Whatever the load coming on the rubber stopper, it will be entirely borne or taken by the spring. This indicates the consolidation process of a fine grained soil. Here, it can be understood again like this, based on this concept which we discussed in primary consolidation. At time is equal to t is equal to 0, delta sigma is equal to delta u. Here delta sigma is equal to delta u, and there is increase in the head. Here h is equal to delta u. Delta u is equal to h into gamma w, therefore h is equal to delta u divided by gamma w. So here delta u is equal to hydrostatic pressure or forward pressure, h is equal to rise in head because upon the application of external load. So at time is t is equal to 0, delta sigma is equal to delta u, and the effective stress is 0 here. Effective stress is 0. Next, at time is equal to t1 with the elapse of time and valve open, then delta sigma is equal to delta sigma bar plus delta u, means still water is there in the voids. This is time t is equal to t1. This is time is equal to t is equal to 0. So delta sigma is equal to delta sigma bar. Since we achieved some means we have achieved means we have removed some of the water voids, means we increased the effective strength. So delta sigma is equal to delta sigma bar plus still water is there, it is for water pressure. Next, at t is equal to infinity, with the elapse of time and the entire voids are removed and the total load delta sigma is equal to delta sigma is equal to delta sigma bar and delta u is equal to 0. So this is a consolidation process and it is a time dependent phenomena. So like this you can understand the components of settlement and the process of consolidation in the form of Terzaghi spring mass analogy. So thank you. We will meet the next class for the next topic of this consolidation.